So, in case you guys didn't hear the recent news, the Heisman Trophy candidates have all been revealed this season. And basically, during this video, I'm going to give you guys some stats and reasons why these guys may or may not win. I'm going to go from 4 all the way to number 1, who I think is going to be the winner. However, there are just a lot of factors that go into this. Of course, our 4 guys are Aidan Hutchinson, Stroud, Kenny Pickett, and Bryce Young, 3 of which are quarterbacks, and 1 of which is actually a defensive end and pass rusher. But of course, before I get into this very great video, very exciting video, I'm going to first ask you to like and subscribe. Please turn on the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. Now, of course, starting off at number 4, we have Aidan Hutchinson, the defensive end out of Michigan. Sadly, defensive players do not win this award too often, especially not defensive linemen. And of course, I said that if Chase Young, of course, you guys remember him, a couple of years ago for Ohio State, had an insane season. If he didn't win the award at the level of dominance that he played at, then I don't think anyone else is going to do it. I don't think any other lineman has a chance at winning this award. Of course, I would like to say that Aidan Hutchinson has a fair shot. But man, it's really hard and difficult imagining him winning that award, especially when Chase Young a couple years ago came in like 4th or 3rd place when we were talking about the Heisman Trophy. But of course, the stats for this season have been absolutely insane, and Aidan Hutchinson is probably going to be a top 3 pick in the upcoming NFL draft coming a couple months from now. He's played 13 games, has 13 sacks, 15.5 tackles for loss, 58 total tackles, and 2 forced fumbles. Aidan Hutchinson is probably the most dominant pass rusher in college football right now, and he's a key reason that this Michigan team is in the college football playoffs, and they're really in there for the first time since this college football playoff format was made. So Aidan Hutchinson, he's played a huge role, and some people say that Will Anderson should have made it over him. I'm not going to really argue with that claim because let's face it, Will Anderson had an insane season too, but Aidan Hutchinson has his team in the playoffs for the first time in a while. It's been for the first time since maybe the 1980s, 1990s, so there's some impact right here. Of course, if Michigan beats Georgia and goes on into the playoffs, this could definitely, especially if Aidan Hutchinson has a good game, this could definitely bolster his chance at winning the award. It would also be the first time that Michigan had the chance to capture the national championship since the year 1997. And also, as I said, Aidan Hutchinson could very well be a top 3, maybe even number 1 overall pick this season. However, as far as this award goes, I don't think he's going to have a huge chance of winning it. He's a defensive end, a guy that already has a disadvantage at winning the award. I don't think he's going to win it, but I do think he is fairly on the ballot. I think he should be there, and I think he deserves it. Now, of course, for the next guy, number 3, the quarterback for Pitt, you have Kenny Pickett. Now, of course, we have to start off with the fake slide in the ACC championship because, come on, guys, that slide, a lot of people are judging him for the rules and taking advantage of the rules, but come on, that slide was pure gold. You can't hate on that. Now, unfortunately, Kenny Pickett's going to come in 3rd place because Ohio State and Alabama are bigger schools, and they're both ranked higher than Pitt at this point. Now, of course, Stroud and Bryce Young, they've all been good. All these quarterbacks have been good, but what they're doing is more impressive. They're both sophomores. They both had a sort of redshirt freshman year, didn't play too much in their freshman season, so they are sophomores while Kenny Pickett is a senior. I think that could play a factor. However, going into the stats this season, Kenny Pickett has been absolutely ridiculous. 13 games, he's 334 for 497 with a 67.2% completion percentage. He has 4,319 yards, 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a 165.3 rate. That has been absolutely amazing. Now, of course, he has his team, and by his team, I mean Pitt. They have him in a major bowl game. He led Pitt to their most wins since the year of 1981. And to be honest, this guy may not be a highly touted player in the draft. However, he was insane, and he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done for this University of Pitt team. Kenny Pickett is an absolutely talented quarterback, and I believe while he may not be a top NFL pick, while he may not be the world's most renowned quarterback, I do think he's definitely deserving of this credit, and I'm really glad he's up for the award this season. Now, of course, going on to the next, you have Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud. Now, he is not in the college football playoffs, and if he was in the college football playoffs, such as Bryce Young is, a guy who I'm going to get to a little bit later, a little spoiler alert, if he was in the college football playoff, then things would probably look a lot different in terms of the odds of him winning this award. However, he did lead the best scoring offense in college football as a sophomore. Ohio State averaged 45.5 points per game, which, of course, was first in the nation, and C.J. Stroud was able to spread the ball. He had nearly 3 1,000-yard receivers and a 1,000-yard running back. Ohio State was simply insane on offense this season. Now, of course, CJ Stroud played 11 games, went 280 for 395. That is a 70.9% completion percentage, which is absolutely incredible. 3,862 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a 182.2 rate. Now, of course, he added these stats in only 11 games when everybody else played around 13 games, depending on their bowl games and their championship series games. A rate of 180 plus is absolutely ridiculous. And did I mention that this guy has like 1 to 2 years left of college football? So CJ Stroud, you could easily see him back on this Heisman ballot next season and maybe another season going on ahead. This player is absolutely insane. I'm really impressed with CJ Stroud. He came in, had to replace Justin Fields, who had been lost to Ohio State and, of course, going to the NFL draft. Had to replace a super talented quarterback. He did that really well and led Ohio State not only to a very great record and not quite to the college football playoff, but led the best offense in college football as a sophomore. You could really expect to see more CJ Stroud heading into the future. Now, of course, at number 1, my Heisman Trophy winner, and as a Georgia fan, it pains me to say, it's Bryce Young. Bryce Young is the Heisman Trophy winner, and I don't think it's really close at this point. He just smoked the best defense in college football during the SEC Championship. He put up 421 passing yards against the best defense in college football. He's shown up in pretty much every big moment this season. Alabama is the number 1 ranked team in the college football playoff at this point, and they look poised to repeat. They go against Cincinnati, a team who, let's be honest, they're probably going to crush them. I don't want to disrespect Cincinnati, though. They're a good team, but Alabama's probably going to crush this team. Now, of course, going on to the statistics this season, they are absolutely insane. Bryce Young played 13 games. He's 315 for 463 with a 68% completion percentage, has 4,322 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, 4 interceptions on a 175.4 rate. Man, Bryce Young's been absolutely insane this season. This guy, he looks like he's going to be the winner, especially if Alabama can win a playoff game and if they can win the national championship. He seems poised to win the national title, and Bryce Young, as a sophomore, might as well already be the best player in the entirety of college football. This is the best quarterback that I've seen in a really long time at Alabama. He's super talented. He can be a dual threat guy. He's really the point guard of that insane offense. Of course, they have Jamison Williams. They have John Mechie, who actually got hurt a couple of days ago during the SEC Championship. Prayers up for him. But man, that Alabama offense was completely insane this year. They were top 5 pretty easily, averaged well over 40 points per game. I'm really impressed with what Bryce Young has done this season. I did not think, and I knew that he was talented, but even then, I did not predict this insane season from Bryce Young, and that's why I think he's going to win this award. Not only has he surpassed all expectations, he's shown up in big moments. He has his team ranked number 1. He's seemingly poised for a repeat with Alabama heading to the playoffs and maybe even to the national championship if they, and that's a big if they can beat Cincinnati. But man, this guy Bryce Young, he's passed every single test. I really think he has a high chance to win the award, and honestly, I don't think it's pretty close. But of course, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. These are my Heisman Trophy guys from number 4 all the way down to number 1. You guys let me know who you think is going to win the Heisman Trophy down in the comments. But of course, before I end this video, I want you guys to make sure to like and subscribe. You guys help me out a little bit. Links in the description. TikTok, Spotify, Instagram. Follow those up for me. Help me out a little bit. Of course, whether you follow those or not, I wish you watching this video stay loved and stay blessed. And without further ado, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching.
Like a lot of funky man that lack finesse. Wanna be rappers brag about already being the best. I respect many people for the job they've done. It is full of jealousy is what I like especially. I like a lot of funky man that lack finesse.